Thank you for joining the course of Grants Proposal Writing. As you can see on the screen, my name is Ifzal Ahmed. I'm currently working as Assistant Professor at Karakoram International University, Pakistan, and I'm also doing my PhD from Air University, Islamabad. I have an extensive experience of grants proposal writing from the platform of Karakoram International University, as well as I have worked with different international and local NGOs and social sector organizations, where my major responsibilities include proposal writing. Now, obviously, some of the proposals got approved for funding, whereas others are not. So, what I did, that I learned from my mistakes as well as from the successful proposals. Today I'm going to share a lot of my personal experiences as well as some of the standard and best practices which are applicable throughout the world, and we will see that how can you improve your proposal more effectively and make it stand out among the crowd. So, the objectives of this session, this whole training, are basically divided into three different subsections. So, session number 1, which is the first part of this proposal, I will be discussing with you about how can you prepare yourself before actually start writing your proposal. So the objectives that we'll be covering under this head, we'll be talking about how can you analyze and understand the funding environment and the types of foundations available. So whichever country you belong to, you will have to research a little bit and find out what type of foundations or grant organizations are available. Similarly, we will also be talking about how to get yourself and your organization ready, and how can you do your homework and finding the relevant projects that are fit with your organization's purpose and mission. And finally, in session 1, I'll also be giving you some journal writing tips for writing a strong proposal. Okay, so this will be our session 1. Later we'll be moving towards our session 2, which is the actual process of proposal writing. So in this process, in this session, we have basically one objective where we will be covering the key elements of a proposal. So it looks like one objective, but it's a broader topic. We'll be covering what are the major elements, the key important elements that funders are basically looking for. So we'll be discussing them into detail in session 2. Now, when we complete this session number 2, we will be moving to our session 3, which is the last session of this course. And this session is called the post-proposal work. So when you write down, complete your proposal, what are the things that you need to do? So I'll be discussing in this session that how can you properly make a package of your proposal. It's not just the document that you need to send, but there may be other proper documentation and some extra documents that needs to be attached with your proposal. So how can you do the packaging? Also, when you complete your proposal, so we'll be discussing about the proposal appraisal. What are some of the suggestions that I'll be giving you in this area? Some post-submission thoughts, and the last topic that I'm going to cover in this session is to give you some information and some other ideas about where can you get more information about writing your proposal more effectively. So these are basically our 3 sessions, and these are the sub-objectives that we'll be covering in this course. So from the next slide onward, I am going to start session 1, which is the pre-proposal preparation. Okay. So I'm going to close down this video 1, and when I come back, I'll be starting session number 1. See you in a minute.